Further remarks? Good gentleman from the 25th District, Representative Dammeier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of this legislation. I appreciate the good gentleman from the 1st for bringing it forward. This is important, and I rise today both with pride at what we're doing as a body and also deeply saddened because, as the good gentleman indicated, the backdrop for this legislation is tragedy. He appropriately talked about the tragedy involving our 4 Lakewood officers. There was also in 2007, there was a murder in Graham, just to the south of my district, where Brian and Beverly Mock were murdered, which also leads to this legislation. And then he brought up Randy Ferguson's murder, which happened a half mile from my house. And his sister lives about 3 blocks from where I live. And I appreciate the fact that Lisa worked hard to make sure that we address this legislation. We all know that family is very important. Those are kind of the bedrock relationships of our society. And I can envision that when our predecessors on this floor passed the base statute, that they may have said, those family relationships are so important that we need to provide some level of protection for family members who may have inadvertently got caught up in the reckless criminal actions of one of their family members. But I can assure you it was beyond comprehension that they could have ever seen that their actions and that same statute would be used as a shield for adult children who dispose of bodies, for people who intentionally mislead our police in trying to locate murderers. That is beyond anything that I could ever imagine. This bill today, Mr. Speaker, rectifies that. It says that adults are responsible for their actions regardless of their personal relationships. If they're going to aid and abet criminals and murderers, then they need to stand before the full weight of justice. Mr. Speaker, I hope that this bill that we passed today will provide some measure of consolation for those families. And I urge your support. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for the remarks. Seeing none, the question for the House is the final passage of Substitute House Bill 1203. The Speaker is about to open the roll call machine. The Speaker has opened the roll call machine. Has every member voted? Would any member like to change his or her vote? The Speaker is about to lock the roll call machine. The Speaker has locked the roll call machine. The clerk will take the record.
Mr. Speaker, there are 96 yeas, 0 nay, 2 excused or not voting.
Having received a constitutional majority, Substitute House Bill 1203 is declared passed. Representative Dammeier, Representative Morrell, would you please stand? You have a guest here today who is here for the passage of House Bill 1203. Lisa Moore is in the North Gallery, and she is a sister of Randy Ferguson, who was murdered and advocated for the passage of House Bill 1203. If Ms. Moore would please stand, and would the members please join the good representatives from the 25th for recognizing her work on this issue.